On today's episode 6 of We Say Soccer, September 8th, 2021, the boys are back from a long break, and we pick up right where we left off with Team USA's World Cup qualifiers. We talk about other qualifiers around the world, as well as give you our best bets from club football in the rest of Europe. And of course, we preview and predict match week 4 for the EPL, as well as give you our picks for the We Say Soccer Pick'em table. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the intro. It's We Say Soccer. Jeff ain't made the song yet. Hey, 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 oh yeah. What's goody, footy fans? And welcome back after a long break to We Say Soccer, an American take on the world's game. And we are coming to you live on a very important day for USA Soccer. They're playing Honduras right now as we speak. If you're watching on YouTube, you see we got the kits on, supporting the boys, USA all the way. So first, let's get to it. Jeff, how's the break been? How was your Labor Day?
It was great. So my daughter is a Labor Day baby. Her birthday is on Labor Day, September 6th. So usually falls on that day. Every few years or so. So it was great. I actually went down to Fayetteville, hung out there, and I don't know if you guys just saw. Honduras just scored. I don't think I should talk anymore. But
I
I'll
don't
keep
know
going.
if I can talk.
Yeah.
I'll keep going. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was, like I said, the Labor Day weekend was good. Got to relax a little bit. Got a little break from the soccer, but we're excited to get back to it, and I'm looking forward to it. And we were looking forward to watching this. JB, what do you think?
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Plenty of time left, and it just sucks after the last two draws, which should not have happened. That now we are hoping to scramble, at minimum, earn that, but we'll see. They need one here, but before half, they need one. We got 20 minutes till halftime. Got to get it in. Other than that,
And we did watch the England-Poland game today, and it was
That was a crazy ending to that one,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, so
Messed up our wallets a little bit at the end.
we can see how draws are doing right now, but
It's like the top drawer of a dresser just filled with draws.
terrible. And the other thing in the European qualifiers today, there was a ton of 0-0 draws. Wales got one. I believe the Swiss drew. It was a random sports day where you were hoping for some nice goals before they head back to their clubs. But, oh, well, maybe not too many guys pressed. Lewandowski looked good for Poland, though.
No, he definitely did today.
Yeah.
He was the one that got the assist on that late goal by some guy that we can't say his name, so we're not even going to try. But good goal by that guy.
Yeah, I'm sure it ends in ski or oos.
Yeah, it was like
being from
Sinsky or
Poland.
something like that.
Yeah.
Minsky.
There was like an S, a Z, a couple Y's in there. Let's talking about Team USA, though. Mexico coming into this was on 6 points, top of the CONCACAF. Panama at 4. And then you had a 4-way tie with Canada, Honduras, USA, and El Salvador all at 2. Canada being on top of that with scoring the 2-2 for their goals for and goals against. So USA definitely need to get a point tonight. Hopefully by the time this comes out, maybe even by the end of this pod, we will know if USA has done enough to move up in that table. Across Europe, though, we had Portugal, Spain, Italy, all the big names, France, all top their groups. Belgium, Denmark, Netherlands, even with England's draw today, still top their group. Germany and Croatia were in there as well. couple of Swedens were in the second, I think. Russia's in second, so they're still fighting to get that automatic bid for the World Cup. We'll see how that plays out. But as we said, for right now, we are back from a long break. Thank you for being back with us, listeners. We're ready to get in this EPL Week 3. But first, as always, get your passports ready. We're going around Europe. We're going to talk about a couple leagues, a couple games we like in the betting circles, maybe something to watch, maybe a couple goal scores, a couple things we saw in the books that we like. Let's start in La Liga. Jibs, what you got in La Liga?
How many games do you have there? I'm going to pull that up real quick.
I just got the one. I'm going to keep going back to the well. They've been doing me good. So I'm going to go Atletico. I like these odds again, minus 105 at Espanyol. Espanyol has been playing decent. But I think Atletico, even with the extra juice of Griezmann coming back, is going to play really well. And, I like him. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm going to keep betting on them. They keep winning me a little bit of money here and there. They did draw last weekend, or weekend before last, excuse me. But I do believe in them to keep going, keep rolling.
I like that.
And that's Sunday. That's at Sunday at 8 a.m., by the way. It should be on ESPN+.
Yeah, I like that. A couple that I was looking at, and I haven't for sure put any of these in yet, but we'll see. Just on straight picks, we won't go crazy and non-EPL action too often. But I like Tino Bet Rayo Vallecano. I know they're the away team against Levante, but Rayo Vallecano, they made some good transfers. They took care of their team. So I honestly don't know how well they've been meshing yet, but that's something that I've seen notable. Worth a flyer at plus 160. Having Bilbao at minus 135, Madrid
I like that
at
one too.
minus 105 are both very valuable. And a surprise pick, even at Tino Bet, Valencia away against Osasuna at plus 110 caught my eye. Real Sociedad, even though it's decent odds, they're the away team and they've let me down in the past. I will stay away from that one at minus 140. Out of the two kind of next teams in that top 10, typically, Getafe versus Ike, it's minus 115 Getafe's way. Probably staying away from that one. And then I do personally like Betis versus Granada away at plus 135. So
yeah, it's not bad to look at
but
either.
the ones that I really like are the flyer on Rayo Vallecano, and then Athletic Bilbao and Atletico Madrid, both at under minus 150 odds. So that's where I'm looking.
Cool, sounds good. And again, almost every game for La Liga, if not every game, is going to be on ESPN Plus. It says something where to look. Speaking of ESPN Plus, we have the Bundesliga up next in Germany. Something I'm looking at here. Leverkusen, they're playing hot. I don't like going against Dortmund. And the 84.333, repeating, of course, arsehole, Erling Haaland. But I do think Leverkusen can get this. We're getting a double chance at minus 150. And I might even think about sprinkling that money line at plus 210 because we do like our donuts with the sprinkles here on We Say Soccer. Jibs, what you thinking going into the Bundesliga?
On that match, I am going over 3.5 goals for almost even money at plus 106.
Ooh.
I did put that one in already because I could see a 3-2, 2-2, dare I say pressing like a 4-4 draw because Haaland's getting on the score sheet. Leverkusen's playing well. And Bayern Munich, I know they're against RB Leipzig and they're not at home, but plus 120, I'm taking that. I'm going to take those nice odds on great teams as long as possible. Now, I know we just said Lewandowski just balled out and played very well in the qualifying rounds. Maybe not to as much Polish success as he wanted, but I think that's more of a trend this early in the season than if it had been later at his age, getting a little bit tired week to week.
100%. Both of those games are on Saturday. The Leverkusen Dortmund is at 9:30 a.m. Then Leipzig Bayern Munich is at 12:30 p.m. And again, both of those should be on ESPN Plus. If you're liking to go against the grain a little bit, you can get RB Leipzig and a draw on that double chance at minus 165 as well.
Yeah. One other one that kind of caught my eye because we've done well betting on them in the past. Frankfurt hosting
Yep.
Stuttgart is even money at plus 100. So I'll usually look that way as well because I know that's one that Gump from Hammered Down usually bets on as well.
No, 100%. Frankfurt did as well last year. Going into Serie A, Jibs, what you got here? I do have one, maybe two I'm looking at. So, Jibs, let's have you start us off.
Well, let's bang out the easy ones because these are all under minus 200, and I do not understand why. So I'll probably go 1 and 2 or 0 and 3. Atalanta versus Fiorentina, minus 185. I will risk it.
Yeah, it just changed to minus 190. It just changed as we speak to 190.
Add 50
so let's go.
cents to the dollar. All good.
Yep.
Inter minus 155 away against Sampdoria. Torino versus Salernitana at minus 175. I will take that as well. And then I don't even care that Lazio is as hot as they are. AC Milan at only plus 115 at home. Still taking that. And then because the devastation continues and their boy from America just got kicked off the squad, Wes McKinney, I am taking Napoli at home to beat Juve plus 135.
Yep, same. Let's get that Neapolitan ice cream ready. Sorry, Juve. You let go of the goat. You made him mad. The curse is on.
Yep.
It's not happening. I'm on that Napoli as well. And then I was also on the Inter minus 155 were the two matches I was foreshadowing earlier. League hasn't been our best friend, but
last
we
time
are
we
going
talked
back.
about him, we did. Yeah. I did. Selfishly, I can't remember what you did. I did pretty well with them because I plugged them.
I stayed away.
I plugged them into that huge parlay I did that I was able to cash out early.
Yeah, no, I stayed away. I'm only a glutton for so much punishment. And my EPL picks on Sunday did not do well. So I was like, all right, I'm definitely staying away from League. This one, I am, again, going back to the well. Monaco is one of the best teams at home last year. So I'm definitely taking Monaco at plus 115 against Marseille. Monaco has a much better XG. They were in the top 3 last year for XG. Marseille was down mid-table. So I'm going to take them. Looking around the league, maybe Lille at plus 105 is something I was looking at. Lille has let us down this year, so maybe something that's look at more towards game time. That is a Friday game, though. So if you're just feeling a little antsy in the pantsy, want to get some footy bets in, that's maybe something to look at Friday is Lille plus 105. Jibs, what you got going on in France?
I am taking Lille because they did not let me down 2 weeks ago, so I am rocking with them, even though Lorient at home shouldn't be too scary, but I'll take them. PSG minus 150 first half at home. I'll take that all day. I think they're winning a half. I'm on Monaco as well. And then I am on Nice kind of the same way as Lille, taking them away against Nantes. And then we were talking about, that was my other point. Even though Marseille didn't let us down 2 weeks ago, finally, they were much in that ilk of Lille and Lyon. I think they're the one that doesn't keep that momentum up. So that's why I'm going Monaco if I had to pick out of those 3. And then I'm going Mets at home plus 120 against Troyes. I don't think Troyes is a good team at all. I know Mets isn't great, but that's kind of like if we were in the EPL, if Southampton was at home against Norwich, or if Norwich was home against Southampton, I probably would just take the home team there, and that's what I'm going to do in this case.
Something else to bring up in League One, if you think Messi is going to score the first goal in that game, that is plus 175. Anytime goal scorer is not that great odds, it is minus 300 for the Argentine to score in that one against Clermont. All right, so cool. With that, let's take a little break. All right, let's get into EPL match week 4. A big weekend. We see a lot of games on Saturday, only one match on Sunday. That's for the impending week 1 of the NFL. The EPL knows that they're not going to get those viewerships during NFL Sunday, especially kickoff weekend. We personally just had our family fantasy draft this past week. It was a good one. I think we had all of us are pretty happy with our teams. Me and Jeff are going against each other week 1, and then me and Jibs go against each other in week 2. So we'll definitely keep you updated so you guys can have a little insight in how our fantasy football goes, because this is an American style pod. So we got to talk about our fantasy teams. It's like showing off your report card when you're a kid, you know? So let's get into it. Our table setter, the Premier League morning matchup on NBCSN, 7:30 a.m. Crystal Palace hosting Spurs in London. Plus 330 Crystal Palace. The draw is plus 240. Spurs surprisingly at minus 115. Jeff, what do you think about that? Them getting minus 115, just a little bit of juice on that one. Also, Kane to score a goal and Spurs to win, if you're interested in that, is plus 195. He did score today for England. A nice little knuckle puck, as we said in our group text. Jeff, what you thinking in this one? Spurs undefeated on the year.
Yeah, I think Spurs. I think this is a good bet to make at 115, at negative 115. I mean, the Spurs have been nothing short of pretty good so far. So I have no qualms or doubts of putting some money down on them. And like you said, after watching Harry Kane, he's getting back into form because his legs are getting underneath him, and that shot he made earlier today was it was a doozy. So I would love to see that and take Harry Kane for any time scoring a little same game parlay. Sounds good. Sounds solid. And of course I got Tot winning.
Yeah, me too. Jibs, what you feeling on this one, man?
Yeah, I've got Spurs. This is one of those ones though where I will keep an eye on the team sheet, because they did win those first 2 games or game and however long until he was in without Harry Kane really having too much influence, I think. So I'm going to look at that and see, do they rest him after the World Cup qualifiers against a lowly opponent in Crystal Palace this week? But I'm still going to take them because I think Dele Alli by name has been playing very great, really pressing the play himself. So I'm still going to rock with the Spurs, but I'll give pause if the team sheet just looks a little weird to me.
Yeah, and it does. There are some reports that a son will come out on Saturday, might be hurt. He does have a slight calf injury, so he has a little knock. Premier League Fantasy has him a 75% chance of playing. So that ties in perfectly, Jibs, what you were saying. Look for that team sheet. Son has been hot. We've been singing his praises, singing his song on this podcast. So if he's not playing, it is something to watch. Is maybe Vegas knows what we don't know, / London. And Spurs will not have Heung-min Son. All right, staying in London for this one. Bottom of the table battle. Who would have thunk that a couple years ago, huh, Arsenal? Arsenal versus Norwich, 10 a.m. on Peacock. Minus 195. Arsenal are the favorites in this one. The draw is plus 340. And if you are going to go with a hot take, you can take Norwich at plus 500. Jibs, we got both teams to score at minus 128. Is that something you like with both of these defenses not being good?
That's one.
Or do you want to even lean with an Arsenal win on that with both teams to score, get it at plus 200?
I think if I wanted to take Arsenal, that's the way I may go. I may even, now that you bring it up, throw half a unit on that and half a unit on tie no bet Norwich at plus 410.
Ooh.
Again, we'll see how they line up their team sheet. Norwich actually has more players out in qualifiers than you would normally think. Josh Sargent for the U.S. Let's see if he's even on the team sheet in the reserves that day. And we'll see how Arsenal approaches this match, desperately needing a win. If they lose this match, Arteta's out by Monday.
Yeah, he's got to be.
If they win or if they draw 0-0, I think he makes it the rest of the month before the sacking. But they're going to definitely try their hardest. But when they've tried their hardest, they've made mistakes this year. So I might do those 2 combos because either way, a winning bet more than pays for that. And I'm only doing half a unit because at worst, if neither hit, I'm only down 1 unit on the match.
Yeah, and Jeff, if speaking of that, if you do think there's going to be some goals and you want Arsenal win, Arsenal with an over 2.5 total is plus 110. Arsenal with over 3.5 is plus 270. So Jeff, what you thinking? You think there's going to be goals? Do you think this is going to be a cagey affair? Norwich maybe trying to see if they can steal one here against a lowly Arsenal team.
Oh no, I think we see. I think we see goals. I think we see goals. I think we see a few goals. I'm not saying more than three, but I do think we take. I think Arsenal does. I think they. I think they come through. But like you said, I think the. I think it's too little, too late for our coach out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just at this point, they're just probably looking for somebody who's the best fit right now, and I
Conte.
think he's definitely on the El El Jectocito because he's on the
Bye.
and if you were just looking, there is a little bit of juice on it, but over 2.5 with no picking the winner on that is minus 144. So if you are leaning Arsenal, that's why we said go with that plus 110 at over 2.5 and Arsenal to win. And that's on the if you're on FanDuel, what you do is go to the sub menu of goals and you scroll down to where it says win, draw, win, and then over whatever total you are looking for. And that's how you find that bet.
I
And
will
then the
say
ones
I'm
with
not taking that straight because I am not betting
Yeah.
minus 144 on an over on a team that hasn't scored a fucking goal this year.
Yeah.
Like that just doesn't compute.
Yeah,
that's
these
one
are
of
those ones
things.
where we're saying
If you want
throw
to take a
half units on.
flyer, yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Throw
really
some
think
sprinkles
they'll win,
on.
but I'm sure Arsenal and over half a goal or something is enough of a bearable pill to swallow on the juice standpoint that maybe you can get in there somehow. So I don't know. I don't love taking that match overall, so I'm probably staying
Yeah.
away. So be smart, do your research. Or unless you're an Arsenal fan and you just have to throw your unit on it because you love them.
And as always, be responsible. We always say it if you do think you have a problem, 1-800-GAMBLER. So you want to call the best bet is the one you can make. And we know we say sprinkle here and there, throw some stuff here and there. But again, we're throwing small units. We're not that degenerate. But a match I think we are all going to put a little bit of shekels on. And it is our first match of this week's We Say Soccer Pick'em table. And it's Brentford, again, staying in London for these first three matches versus Brighton. Two of my pod mates' darling teams. We got Brentford coming in as a slight dog at home, being plus 180. A draw is plus 210. Then you have Brighton at plus 170. This is also at 10 a.m. on Peacock. Jibs, let's go to you first. Your darlings are in this one. They're the away team. They're the slight favorites. How you feeling?
That surprised me after last week's match because Brentford can't score, or not last week, 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry. Brentford can't score like Everton, but they can keep up with them defensively if you were looking at them on paper, especially factoring in the stylistic points that they have and how they approach the matches. I don't love it. I probably selfishly will be rooting for Brighton, but this would be no matter which team I take, a tie no bet situation. We'll just have to see how the game plays out. Or not even that. I think I won't bet pregame on this actually. Rewind that track a little bit. I'm going to monitor this live and see if there's an opportunity to jump in. If I'm seeing either team do anything when they're pressing the play, how do they look? Either team look antsy. Brighton had a couple guys going to country teams as well. Brentford, I think, only had 2 on their whole roster, if I'm not mistaken, just from scrolling Twitter. So there's something to say on that. Like Brighton was like 5 or 6, and Brentford only had 2 out. So will they have some tired legs in their best players? That would be a reason to lean Brentford. Definitely check team sheets. If you don't love it, don't bet it. Monitor it live. I think it's going to be a good game. So I'm excited to see it nonetheless. But betting sakes, I'm going to stay away.
Okay, and pick 'em sakes, you're going with your darlings, you were saying?
Yeah, I have to.
All right.
I don't feel good about it after Everton, but I don't think they'll get beat on the counter like Everton did to them. I don't think Brentford outside of Tony has that ability, and I think they can handle one man.
Of course, even though he did get off the team, he was on the score sheet 2 weeks ago. Speaking about that draw no bet that Jibs was talking about, Brentford is at -104, Brighton is at -112. And again, if that ends in a draw at any score draw, you get your money back. So the bet is voided. But if your team wins, then that means you're going to get that at that -104 for Brentford, -112 for Brighton. Jeff, your darlings, the Bees. I'll let you get the second pick on this one. I will take last, and I'll take first next round. Jeff, what you thinking?
Oh, most definitely. I last time we saw Brentford at home, it was good for me, so I'm going to stick with that good feeling, and go with Brentford. I think that they answer the bell. They're at home, and they have been one of the I guess bright spots of of these first few weeks for me personally. So I'm a rock with them. I think they edge out Brighton. I think they both score, but I think Brentford in the end comes through. Maybe with a 2-1 Brentford win.
All right,
The
sounds
defense
good.
does answer, shows up a little bit.
Well, I'm glad. Again, we didn't really talk about this too much pre-pod going into our picks. So we're all opposite on this one because I'm going to take draw. And that's what I was leaning towards as it was. So I'm glad I got this. I kind of figured we'd have leans from you guys. So I was like, I'll split the difference, go draw. So I definitely think it's a draw. I do like what JB was saying, though, maybe a draw, no bet if you do have a lean to a certain side. I might throw a little half unit on the draw because it is plus 210, get my unit back just from that bet. So we'll see how some parlays work out for football on Thursday, and then we'll see what we can spend on that bankroll on some soccer because we do have football to bet on Sunday. So, speaking of football, Man City's been putting up some football scores, getting a couple field goals. It seems like out here, a couple field goal safeties. Leicester hosts them at 10 a.m. on Peacock. Man City coming in as the favorites, huge favorites, -175. Well, comparatively to Leicester being plus 490 dogs, a draw is at plus 320. Jeff, do you think this is going to be another goal fest? Do you think Leicester's going to kind of hold on? We did see So Young Chu giving away stupid fouls that just ruin same game parlays. We're not mad about it. We're just bringing it up for no reasons. But do you think Leicester can bounce back and maybe hold City down to under 2.5? Or do you think it's going to be a gong show, as so to say?
Yeah, I think Man City shows up and shows out. They are who we thought they are, and I think that's what's going to happen here. Leicester may squeeze one in, possibly, but no, I'm nothing tells me to bet against Man City on this, and I think they win, and I think they win soundly.
Jibs, anything different coming from your end? Do you have anything from maybe a betting side that you're looking at?
I'm gonna check the team sheets. I may look at a
Ooh.
double chance draw Leicester. On the surface, I think Man City wins. I don't think it's a
Plus
sound as
135.
I wish that was a little bit higher.
Yeah, I thought it would be too. I can't remember it.
I'd have to do the quick math and figure out if it's better to bet both each individually. That just seems weird to me. But mostly because City players have been everywhere these World Cups qualifying matches. They've all over. I mean, both keepers playing elsewhere, half the squad playing outside the country. They could be short on gas. You never know. I mean, you'd like to think that Pep would have them ready to go for a match like this, but if there's one argument against Pep is sometimes he overthinks it. So does he?
Yeah.
Does
Over
he really?
tinkers.
Does he really lean on the guys that have been in England the past 10 days? 10 days as of today, 2 weeks by the time it's been match point, really. So when it comes time for kickoff, 10 minutes before, check those team sheets and make your decision. I know Vardy didn't get any burn if he was even called up to the squad for England. So I could see him bagging a goal and this being a 1-1 game. All you need is another player to step up on the tired City team or some guys who haven't been playing in Leicester. Why not? Why not? So this
Yep.
is one I'm going to check about 20 to 25 minutes beforehand. But again, the caveat I put in the beginning, if you look at it at face value, City should easily win this, given Leicester's performances so far this season. They haven't really been getting out on their front foot and scoring goals outside of Mr. Vardy.
And if you do think both teams are going to score goals, but still think City are going to come away with the win, that's plus 200. Another way to get Man City at plus money is Man City and over 2.5 at plus 125. And if you think there's going to be a gluttony of goals, shout out alliterations, then it's going to be Man City and over 3.5 is plus 290. So that's something to look at. Another way that we're just keep telling you, hey, something to look at if you really like a team, you want to get them at some plus money. That's one way to do it. Speaking of trying to get a team at plus money, this one's going to be a hard one. We talked about the blue side. Let's talk about the red side. The GOAT is coming home. Viva Ronaldo. His re-debut at Old Trafford should be this weekend. This is your 10 a.m. USA Network. So this is one of those you're going to have to get on your cable streaming site or just on your TV. Watch that when you got Man United, huge favorites, minus 550. A draw is going to be plus 600, and then Newcastle is the dogs in this one at plus 1,300 coming to Old Trafford. Jibs, we've been waiting for this. Ronaldo, maybe get a C at the Stretford End. And even if you do, him and a goal, him to score anytime and Man United to win is still minus 175.
Well, that's why I'm going, because we talked about Messi and PSG earlier. I'm going with a little GOAT parlay.
No.
And I'm doing first goal scorers for both in their respective matches. Ronaldo, I'm going with him first because he is the actual GOAT, is plus 200. Lionel Messi is kind of like the B GOAT, the relegated GOAT is plus 175 for first goal scorer. Put them together, it's plus 725. I'm gonna throw like $5 on it to win like 30 something. Pay for a nice lunch for the wife and I, but we'll see. That's just something I'm thinking. They're both gonna try to get their boys a goal, both of those squads. And I don't see the opponent having anybody that can keep up with some of the United players like maybe the past couple of weeks have been for United. They're not going to get surprised by one person's athleticism, in my opinion. So I'm going United all the way. I'm going to get creative somehow just so I don't have to lay minus 550. I'm shocked I'm saying this as a United supporter, but I probably will take them to win the first half, which is not typically wise. But this is the match with all that hype, with CR7 back in the fold. They just have to get this done. They have to go out there and smack those fools, if you want me to be honest.
Yeah, and if you do think there's going to be goals, Man United over 3.5 is the first double up like that. That is plus money. It's plus 135. Jeff, are we getting a hot take Hefe for the sorry to my Spanish listeners for not enunciating the accente. But are we getting a hot take Hefe for this match against Newcastle, or CR7, Bruno, Pogba just going to be too much for the boys on Tyneside?
Absolutely not. I am not. I am not playing with that. I am not playing with that type of fire. I think Man U. I think everybody's hype. I think Ronaldo's back. First time I'm going to see him in the EPL. So I think they live up to the hype. I think I do appreciate JB's take on them losing the first half. That's I don't know if I'd go that way. I think they rise to the occasion. I think it's just too much firepower. I think it's going to be.
I was thinking a typical United team. We lose the first half because United all last season gave up the first goal.
Yeah,
that's
going against that theory.
Exactly. No, he's going against that. He's saying that we're going to win the first half.
Yes.
Oh, you said you're going to win the first
because he's getting that Ronaldo first goal scorer, and then we'll say like a Mason Greenwood little slide in.
Then I agree with you. I'm sorry. I thought you said that you're gonna take them to lose the first half, take Newcastle to win the first half, and then Man U to win the match. Okay,
we're flipping that script because we got a new director.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I said this is Ronaldo's here now. I don't think it's going to happen that way. You have the world's greatest. So
he's the world's greatest.
Keep your head up, R. Kelly.
Yeah. All right. And then the one that is going to be also on cable on that NBCSN is Southampton versus West Ham. Another one. What you got, Jibs?
I don't want to leave United yet. I still think they find a way. I've got two crazy thoughts here. One, they're still going to get Mason in the fold here. He's too hot.
Yeah.
You stick with the high hand. I'd love to see them get creative and go two up top, but then again, who's our CDM? Now, with that said, and we didn't really touch on this yet, but with that Brazil FA news, there's going to be 5 out of the 6 possible players not playing this weekend. The Brazil players that were team selected and kind of refused to go are not being allowed to play for 5 days. That's a 1-game suspension in American sports terms, if you will. So Fred will not be there for United. So what are you going to do, Ollie? Are you going to give Donny van de Beek his chance? I don't know. I think because of the contract situation and some of the stuff coming out about Jesse Lingard wanting to see what he can do, I wonder if old Jesse up there gets in the fold as well. I'm really curious to see because he really leans on Fred to be with Modic or Mickey T. I know it's a lesser opponent, but I'm curious to see if he just throws one of those guys in the holding midfield just to see how they do. Is this the trial and error game? And let the forwards go crazy. So part of me does think both teams will score in this match just because there could be that mental lapse if we're trying something against a
Get
quote
countered or something
unquote
like that.
weaker opponent. Yeah. So something to keep an eye on though. Just a little food for thought.
Cool, 100%. And then with that, let Isgo move on to that game that I did mention a little bit earlier. Southampton is hosting West Ham. This is your NBCSN 10 o'clock special. West Ham coming in as the favorites, but only at plus 145. Southampton's the dogs here at plus 185. A draw is plus 240. Jibs, showing money signs. I think this one is, again, first before we go in. So actually, I'm going to go to Jeff first on this one. This is the second game of our We Say Soccer Pick'em table. So, Jeff, what do you have right here? West Ham, Mikel Antonio. You've sung his praises before. How you feeling, West Ham versus Southampton? You have also talked good on them and their defensive prowess this season. So, how you feeling?
Yeah, I like West Ham here, but I also something my spidey sense tingled at the draw at 240. I don't know why, but I'm liking West Ham. But if Mr. Gas if you're calling me Mr. Gowdy and I'm nasty, I may take that draw there at 240 and see what happens.
All right, so let's see it, Jeff, with the draw going down on the South Coast. Jibs, now let's go to you. I stole that first pick away from you, but you had the last one, so let's see what you got.
Yeah, I'm going to go West Ham, mostly because I already have that in the fold for betting purposes. They can't let us down this many times so far this season. If this game was away for them in January or February, I would give it a little more caution because of just being tired and more into the season, a little bit colder temps. But too early in the season, they've got enough guys to get the job done here. I am taking the West Ham at that positive money for sure.
And I will ride with you on this one. I think West Ham, but I do think both teams will score. So you already know we've been dropping a little bit of these nuggets for you. If you take West Ham to win and both teams to score, that's at plus 300. So I think I'm going to sprinkle something on that. But for the pick'em table, I am taking West Ham. So as a game, me and JB are alike on. We were 0 for 4 last time we did the pick'em table, and we were all alike. So let's see what the difference is in this one. Also, just to touch on little things, West Ham money line over 2.5 is plus 240. This is a good game. Again, if you're confident in West Ham, as we are, then that's somewhere to get extra money on that. Mikel Antonio, anytime goal, and West Ham to win is plus 280. So it's also something to look at if you want to ride the hot hand in Antonio. So next, we have Watford versus Wolves. The battle of the W's, battle of yellow, battle of the black. It's on Peacock, 10 a.m. Told you, loaded slate on Saturday, trying to get ahead of the NFL week kickoff week. You got Watford coming in as the home dogs, plus 240. A draws at plus 210. Wolves at plus 130. I'm going to go ahead and take the first pick here. My man, Adama Atreyu, Balthazar, and all them never-ending stories. And even if that's the kid's middle name, he's still a character. And we got Dracor and all them. It's still Falcor, Dracor, P. Diddy or all them. It's he's not going to finish, but I think we'll still get it done. No, I don't. I'm taking draw. I can't take perpetual. I can't take perpetual Traore. Not so fast. Not so fast, my friends. I'm not taking perpetual Traore and the never-ending striker. I can't do it. I really wanted to because Wolves coming in looking hot, only losing 1-0, but I just can't do it. I'm taking a draw. I think Watford will pull one out the hat. It'll be a FIFA type game where I think Wolves will dominate, get more chances, but they're not going to finish. They might finish one, and then Watford will get one as well, or it'll just be a board draw. Jibs, what do you think on this one?
I'm going to go Wolves, and I feel like Jeff hopefully will join me on this one because even though they haven't scored yet, if I'm not mistaken, it's been 3 1-0 losses to good teams, and 2 of them were actually semi-fluky. I wouldn't be surprised to see them get that fluky goal. Traore getting that sledgehammer foot, blasting it off of a defender's dome piece or something, and it pops in the net somehow with backspin. Tiger Woods-esque. Who knows? But I think they get the job done somehow. I could see it being 1-0 their way. That would be kind of like divine fortune for them. So maybe an exact score little play? Who knows?
Ooh.
Stay posted to the socials for that one. Jeff, what you got, bro?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna ride with you, Jibs. I think I'm gonna go with you with the Wolves, and I'm gonna stay with that same score. I think they flip it on them, and they do a little inverse, and they come up 1-0. I think you know what, and I wonder what the line is for Traore's score.
Oh, well, I was gonna say plus 650 is your 1-0 win. Let's see what perpetual Traore is at. Oh man, he is far down this list. Plus 370.
Because of the away team.
I'll take.
No,
Wolves
it's in order. Raul Jimenez is at the top. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Wolves 1-0 with Jibs on this one. I think Big John. I think you should have stayed with your instincts, and you're back. You turned around on us, but
yeah, I hit my deal. Not so fast, my friend.
I'm with you. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see.
I will say this might be one of those SGPs where you just do like under corners, and you take like the Wolves to barely like win the corner match bet, but not the corner spread bet, and you take
have them win the shots because you think they'll hit shots but won't make them.
Yeah, but you take both teams to have like under 5 shots on target. Like this might be brutal to watch if we're being completely honest.
Yeah, so
I think this is a highlight game for me. This is like when the Devils have sucked the last couple of years and they're playing, somebody out west like the Anaheim Ducks who are awful and
the Sharks
at 11 p.m. at night West Coast. It's like, yeah, I'll catch the highlights of that one.
Yeah, exactly. One that I don't think we will be catching the highlights of, but one that we are definitely going to watch: Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Chelsea coming off that draw against Liverpool. They're at 12:30 p.m. This is your afternoon game. It's on NBC proper, and I believe it's also on Peacock. Chelsea are the favorites here, obviously at minus 370. A draw is plus 460, and Aston Villa at plus 1100. With, if you wanted to, you got a ROM goal. Not a plus money, but Rom goal and Chelsea to win at minus 135. Jeff, what's your takes on this one? Chelsea is one of those teams we've all had in our top of our power rankings. And I think we have a goal, USA. USA.
Oh, don't tell me it was the kid. I forgot to mention him earlier. Was that Ricardo Pepi?
Pepe season.
There we go,
Hashtag.
guys. There we go,
Let's
fellas.
go.
Let's go. Oh,
Hey, I said they had to score by the 48th minute, but that's because I said first half plus the extra time 3 minutes. That still counts as my pick from earlier. I didn't catch it. I don't think it's Pepe, but John, go ahead with this EPL match. We'll find that for y'all in a second.
Fantastic. I
Let's
think
go.
it was on me. I think Chelsea shows up. I think Lukaku. I think hopefully my homeboy Chalaba gets in. I haven't seen him in a couple weeks, so hopefully he gets on the pitch and get some playing time. But I think Chelsea comes in. They're at home. They take care of business, and you know what? I can see Aston putting one up, but I think I think they both score, but I do think Chelsea hangs tough, and they are once again they are who we thought they are.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. I think this one is Chelsea all the way. Aston Villa, we do have high hopes for them in the season, but it just hasn't come together yet with those great signings that we said they made, using that money wisely from Jack Grealish. But, Jibs, you got a little grin on your face. What are you feeling for this one?
Aston Villa could squeak this out, but I'm going to do them to tie no bet. I really think they've got a chance. It's at plus 920.
What?
Yeah, I hope they took this break and put some things together where they are ready to take that next step that you and I thought they would. Chelsea is also a good team. The trend with my comments, they have had quite a few folks out on international duties. This could be that match where, yes, Chelsea's great. They just won Champions League, but this is more a low risk, high reward. Throw a couple, pieces of 8 on it and see what we can do. It's a Pirate's life for me, laddies. Going with the dog here.
Well, hungry dogs do always run faster, so we'll see.
Caveat.
I can't lie.
My parlay,
plus 920.
Yeah. It's good odds, but in my parlay,
that's a little value
still
there.
will throw Chelsea in my pick every EPL match parlay.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But
all right, and it will be. Well, let's see. I think that's going to be a good one. That is something we are all looking forward to, because we all have a little sweet spot for Aston Villa. That takes care of that big Saturday slate. Let's go to a little pre-NFL action. You could wake up, watch some Fantasy Focus, but why not? Why not watch some footy instead? Takes you into the games. You know what kind of time you're getting. It's Leeds versus Liverpool, the battle of the L's. Who's going to take the L in this one, Jeff? We're seeing lots of goals coming out. So we got Leeds at plus 340. Liverpool surprisingly only at minus 135, and the draws at plus 300. You got your boy out there, though. Do you think he's going to keep delivering those salads?
Absolutely, positively. They're definitely going to. I am Liverpool all the way in this match. Mo Money, Mo Salah hasn't let me down yet.
I
like watching them play. I'm digging. I'm with Liverpool in this. I think they're too much for Leeds. I don't know if Liverpool has anybody out for the international play at this moment, but I think that they're
maybe Allison. I think.
Okay. Well, I think that they've been together. They've been playing together for a while now. I think they can handle. If there is anybody out, picking up the slack, making the proper adjustments, and winning the matches they're supposed to win, such as this one.
100% Jibs.
And I got them up. I got a few goals there. I got them possibly 3.
Well, I was going to say 3.5.
3-1,
Liverpool and 3.5 is plus 280 if you want to tail Jeff on that one. And then your boy Mo Salah to score, and Liverpool to win is plus 135. So that's another way to get them at plus money. Switch those negative odds to positive. And as I did mention, this is pre-football, but it's 11:30 a.m. on NBCSN. Jibs, you're going to be waking up, get some brunch before the kickoff to the big-time Sunday slate in football. How you feeling on this one? Hopefully there's goals.
I'm going to be hoping that overnight, Saturday into Sunday, both of these scrub teams go bankrupt, just because naturally this is the united rivals at hand against each
fighting
other.
words.
Yeah, you notice how they both start with
Leeds
L's
scum
too,
versus
right?
the Scousers. Yeah, can they both take an L? Liverpool should do the thing. Leeds hasn't looked as tight and organized as they did last year. It almost seems like they're trying to make up for that lack of goals they maybe had. Granted, they had to play United and get that ass worked, but we don't control the schedule. So
Yeah.
they just haven't impressed me. I'm Liverpool all the way. I am watching my boy, Bobby Big Teeth. He's still dealing with an injury, kind of like Son is. 75% chance of playing. Check the team sheets if you need it for betting purposes. But I think that would allow an opportunity for Mane to really get his game back into form. I might look at him to score a goal or record an assist to Mo Salah, something like that we would like to see in there. Because, I hate Liverpool, I hate Leeds, but I wouldn't mind either of them drubbing the other, and I just don't think it's possible for Leeds to drub Liverpool. So why
Yeah,
not
definitely not with
halfway
Virgil
kind
van
of
Dijk.
yeah, why not halfway kind of hope Liverpool just waxes them the way we did.
Yeah, no, and you can get Sadio hand down, Mane down for plus 140. So that's something to look at. Mo Salah just by itself, anytime goal scorer is minus 135. Jota's at plus 195. He has been getting little scrappy goals here and there, so that's something to look at on Jeff's FPL team.
He's on the Senegalese national team, correct?
I believe so. Yes.
Don't they have a match coming up soon? Did they have a match already?
They played a couple times. I know they won one game because they stole it late. May have bet on them.
I'm just asking for the change for the international play. Like he's going to be there, right? Okay.
No, yeah, he's back though. It's only that
yeah.
Brazil, Argentina people that had that little hiccups.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Everybody else is all
I
good.
don't think any African teams got red listed for COVID because they weren't necessarily looking at cases like maybe they would have done if this was this time last year. They looked at countries that were spiking.
Okay, yeah, things are going up, and
yeah.
So you can't even come to America. Like I know we're on the ban list right now for Europe. I'm almost positive.
Well, and that's the European, the EU proper, like
EU side, yeah.
Britain, because of Brexit, we'd be fine going there right now. Like it's all kind of crazy. So, hey.
So yeah, if anybody's got
we're
tickets to the United Brentford match, just let us know. And then, okay, so that concludes Sunday. As we said, there's only one match that Sunday. It is the battle of the L's, Leeds and Liverpool. So let's go on to Monday. The Monday night game, if you're on the England side of the Atlantic, if you're on our side, it's at 3 p.m. on NBCSN. Something, again, get you teed up for your Monday night countdown for your Monday night football. We got Everton coming in as the favorites at minus 135, looking good. As we said earlier, Richarlison should play. They're playing against Burnley in Goodison Park in Liverpool. So let's see, a draw is plus 260, Burnley's plus 410. And this is, as we like to do, if there's an outlier game that isn't a one-sided game, we like to add this to the We Say Soccer Pick'em table. So let's go ahead. Jeff, we'll let you get the first pick on this one. I feel like this might be a clean sweep, but we will see if anybody has any kind of takes. Jeff, what are you thinking here? Everton versus Burnley, 3 p.m. NBCSN on Mondays.
My initial instincts are to run with Everton over Burnley. Not to say that Burnley is just a walk, walk in the park or a pushover, but I like to see, or for Everton anyway. I like Everton, but I wouldn't mind playing with the draw here as well at 260. I know that's a little.
I was gonna say, do you want to defer your pick and wait? Do you want us to go ahead and then see how we pick and then you go off of that?
Well,
Maybe
I'm trying to make it interesting.
I'm
trying to make it interesting. I want to make it interesting. And I'm looking at JB's face right now. I don't know if he's listening to the sound of my voice because I might have. Did I take his pick, or is he giving me one of those? That's a rookie mistake again. One of those looks like that's a sneaky smirk he has. What are you smirking about up there, sir? Huh?
I like Burnley. I think they're a good, solid enough team. I mean, I'm leaning draw here. I won't lie. So if you want me to
Ah.
go ahead, I mean, I'd be more than happy to bag the draw for the pick'em table.
Absolutely not. You threw it to me first. You threw it
Not
to me
so
first.
fast.
You threw it to me first, and I didn't backtrack on it. I just wanted to see what kind of smirk I was getting up there. Yeah, I'm looking
It
at
was a
that draw
supportive
there.
one. You were on the right train heading to work.
Yeah, I'm looking at I want those holy draws, man. Let me get those holy draws. Give it to
All
me.
right.
Yeah, I'll take the draw there and see if it gets fun. Come with
All
me,
right.
JV.
John, who you got?
Oh, me. I went against them last 2 weeks ago, so I'm gonna ride. Shout out to my boy Mike. I'm gonna ride with the Toffees on this one. I'm gonna go Everton. Uh,
Yeah.
I think I might even like Richarlison to score at plus 175. Do a little chicken dance. So we'll see. Jibs, are you
I'm
are
gonna
you
go
staying
Burnley
with the
for the sake of
smirk?
competition. I'll go Burnley.
No, not so fast.
Because
Yeah.
not only do they look alike when they're on the field, but I think they're Aston Villa light anyway in style and tactically. So why not have some fun? We were talking about the crazy odds with Aston Villa. I might even throw like $1 on Aston Villa and Burnley both to win, because that alone might pay you like $100. Who even knows?
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes down. I don't know how. There's been 2 Monday matches. Everton's been in both. Thank you, schedule makers. And then our caveat from earlier, out of the 6 potential Brazil players missing this weekend, they're the ones that have Richarlison allowed to kind of defeat quarantine or the rules, because the other 5 weren't quarantined. They were Brazil FA banned. However, it worked out. Like, Everton's getting some breaks. Freaking Rafa.
Yeah. So just to touch on what JB said, you can actually win $301 if you bet your half a unit if you were a $10 better of $5 on Burnley and Aston Villa money lines. You get it at plus 6,020. So that's, like I said, $5 pays you 301. And if you are not a math whiz, that means $10 pays you 602.
And $1 pays you
Let's see.
$6.02.
$60.02 and 20 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 cents.
I
Yeah.
had too many
All right,
zeros.
so yeah, $2 to get to that 120. So we're good.
Yeah.
But as we wrap it up, let's review our picks for the pick'em table. In that Brentford Brighton close plus 180 to plus 170, we have a 3-way split. You have Jeff taking his B's in Brentford. You have JB taking his darlings in Brighton. And you have myself being the Swiss man in the middle and taking the draw on this one, getting my Bob Ross Bob Ross
Art
on.
Ross is
See,
a
football's
hockey
on the mind.
trophy. It's a
Oh
hockey
yeah, there
trophy.
you go.
Happy
Tell on my
accidents.
mind.
Happy accidents. No mistakes. Happy accidents.
Exactly.
No, it's funny.
Um,
Brighton had a savage tweet today too, because their player was the Polak who scored to draw the game with England, and they posted
Oh.
that meme where it was like, "Yes, we won, but at what cost?" And it was like, because it's their guy, but against their country. But of course, all their fans were like, "We're Brightonians over England," and I was like, "Yeah, that doesn't sound royal or snobby at all."
Yeah.
That's how I read it.
All
That's
right.
that's the American take on UK Twitter.
It was the posh Brightonians. So let's see our next match: Southampton hosting West Ham, 10 a.m. NBCSN that we have in this pick'em table. Me and Jibs are both on the hammers on this one. Come on, you irons! With Jeff thinking Southampton is going to do what they did to United and get that draw, son. And then let's see the battle of the W's. It's a funny week in alliterations. We got the W's, the L's. Who's going to get wins? Who's going to get losses? I actually think there's going to be a draw on this one. So nobody. It's going to be a draw for me. Both of the other boys are on the Wolves. Can Perpetual Traore finally finish for the Wolves of Wolverhampton? And then finally for our Monday final game of the night, final game of the week, 3 p.m. NBCSN. We are all on different paths on this one. JB took Burnley to get the upset at plus 410. Jeff took the draw and I'm riding with the Toffees from Everton. So let's see. And that puts to review again. Jeff is in the lead after the 2 weeks. Again, we didn't do it week 1. We brought it in week 2 and week 3. So going into this, Jeff is 5-3. I am 4-4, and JB is 3-5. So we are in a very close race. So let's see some of these matches, especially the ones where we went all opposite. Someone is getting a win in that one. So we're going to see those 2 points at least go someone's way. As always, boys, do you have anything else to end the show with?
Big save.
Oh,
Matt Turner,
Yeah,
big
huge
save.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Matt
goodness.
Turner.
Yeah, but that's it for me, guys. Yeah, that's it.
Heart drop.
Excited for this week.
That was
Excited to
almost
get back into it.
almost our last
It's a big-
episode.
it's-
The way the heart just stopped.
I was going to say it's a huge weekend, man. It's opening NFL action. EPL is back. It's going to be
Ronaldo's back.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very busy weekend. Very, very busy weekend. So looking forward to it. Excited.
Yeah, man.
So hopefully, again, by the time you hear this, USA has won, and we can all celebrate that.
Yeah.
But as always, thank you for listening to We Say Soccer. And it's rather you tail us, you fade us when it comes to the bets. We just want you making money. We're here to have you more informed and just fall in more love with the beautiful game. So thank you, as always, for listening. Don't forget to follow our socials, listen to our podcast on Anchor and Spotify, and you can find us any place you want and anytime on Twitter. As we always say, find us there. And peace.
Check the socials.
Yeah.